lucky?
Do you think Daya is lucky? The answer is no. This is not a matter of luck. This is because the managers has used design thinking. Design thinking emphasizes the importance of creating products, services, and stores that aren't just pretty. Instead, they have to make sense in terms of how consumers actually live their lives and use the things. The customer journey, which is one subset of the design thinking revolution, refers to the recognition that managers need to step out their little boxes and actually cross over to the consumer perspective to understand their products from the buyer's perspective. The journey spans a variety of touchpoints by which the consumer moves from awareness to engagement and purchase. To help companies achieve more insight, researchers go to the chamber, which to the Japanese means the one true source of information. In that situation, the managers have used this method to understand that consumers have usually get lost in the spacious mall, so they put the digital maps in places that can be clearly noticed.
Wow, this mode is really nice. It's not only structurally attractive but also has good services. I'm really excited.
Two basic dimensions, pleasures and arousal, determines whether we will react positively or negatively to a consumption environment. In this case, Naya's is both arousing and pleasant, so she is exciting. When we are in good mood, we process ads with less elaborations, we pay less attention to the specifics of the message and rely more on the heuristic. What did she think when going into the accessory shop knowing that she can't afford to buy any item there? It is because her shopping motivation is stated. Let me explain it. Shopping is an activity that we can perform for either utilitarian, functional or tangible, or hedonic, pleasurable or intangible reasons. Hedonic shopping motives include the following. Firstly, social experience. The shopping center or department store replaces the traditional town square or county fair as a community gathering place. Many people, especially in suburban or rural areas, have almost no other places to spend their leisure time. Secondly, sharing a common interest. Stores frequently offer specialized goods that allow people with shared interests to communicate. Another one which in this situation is status. As every salesperson knows, many people savor the experience of being waited on, even though they may not necessarily buy anything. When a team of researchers conduct interviews with women to understand what makes shopping a pleasurable experience, they found one motivation was role-playing. Additionally, the thrill of the hunt. Many people pride themselves on their knowledge of the marketplace. They may love to haggle and bargain, and even view this process as a sport. And lastly, group pressure. We shop differently when we are part of a group. People are buying a lot of stuff online these days. This aspect of the transaction provides value over and above of what you actually buy. It is a debatable issue whether e-commerce will replace the traditional reselling, work inconsolably, or perhaps even fade away to become another fad your kids will laugh about some. In the past few years, we have seen a firestorm of activity to promote various kinds of virtual currency and encourage consumers to switch from cash and credit into digital wallets, which are electronic devices that allow an individual to make e-commerce transactions. A lot of this activity is propelled by the spread of near-field communications (NFC) technology that allows devices near to one another, like a smartphone and an NFC terminal in a store, to establish radio communications. In addition, P2P peer-to-peer payment systems such as Google Pay, Send, PayPal, and Venmo empower ordinary citizens to transact business with one another. This is a corner of the sharing economy that allows consumers to give and receive payments for products and services.
Oh, I've been in Starbucks the whole morning.
Oh, Starbucks. Let me tell you something related to Starbucks now, yes. I want to mention retail theming. It is a strategy that many stores try to create imaginative environment. There are 4 basic kinds of theming technique: landscape theme, marketscape theme, cyberspace theme, and mindscape themes. One popular theming strategy is to convert a store into a being space where we can go to relax and escape the everyday busy. When thinking of being space, Starbucks probably comes to mind. Their goal is to become our third place with comfy chairs and Wi-Fi, where we spend the bulk of our time in addition to home and work.
Wow, this store really impressive.
That's every pop-up store. Do you know what pop-up stores are? They are the temporary installations that do business for only few days or weeks and then disappear before they get owned. As I know, every has pop-up store in Paris, London, Japan, and so on. Each store has its own store image. Some factors shape the store image are location, merchandise, suitability, and the knowledge and congeniality of the sales staff. They work together to create an overall impression. And belonging to store image, there is a term of atmospherics. It is the conscious designing of space and various dimensions to evoke certain effects in buyer. These dimensions include color, sense, and sound. To boost the entertainment value of shopping, some retailers create activity stores that let the consumer join in the production of the products they buy there.
I've been to Kit Kat Chocolatery once.
Yes, the Kit Kat Chocolatery is an example of activity store. Here, Kit Kat devotees and chocolate lovers can design their own personalized Kit Kat using the Store My Kit Kat program. In Kit Kat, did you make any in-store decision? I guess you did, because there are some tricks of the trade applied in a store environment to make customers pay for unplanned purchase, such as sales width at eye level, midway along aisles, or sprinkle the sale product throughout the store, rather than grouping it in one spot. You know, unplanned buying is a kind of spontaneous buying. That means when you see an item on the store shelf, this might be a reminder that you need it. And impulse buying means that when you experience a certain urge, you tend to buy goods without planning. Retailers typically place so-called impulse items such as candy and gum near the checkout to cater to this urge. This salesperson is one of the most important players in retailing trauma. Some factors that help to define a salesperson's role and effectiveness are his or her age, appearance, educational level, and motivation to sell. In addition, the effective salesperson usually knows their customer traits and preferences very well, and they adapt their approach to meet the needs of each specific customer.
Today is the 9th of September. How can I forget it? It's a lot of promotion. Yeah, it's really cheap. I wanna buy this one, this one. This one is cheap too. Wow, it's amazing.
In consumer behavior, this feeling of not yes are referred to as consumer satisfaction and dissatisfaction. It implies that we evaluate the things we buy and we use them and iterate them into our daily consumption habit. Let's be more in depth. This effect is known as expectancy disconfirmation model. When not yes delighted with a product that the firm has exceeded her expectation, and on the other hand, if it's for short expectation, unpleasant sentiment may arise. And the life feeling of not yes is that when something worthy is better, not yes may not think much about it, and so therefore managing expectation is very important. Now it's time for Nayas to move on to the product disposal stage, current issue related matter of what we do with our things when we're done with them. And according to me, Nayas should divide this item into two sections. The first cover objects that are manufactured for easy disposal, such as cell decomposed to protect the environment, and Nayas can choose the option discard for the first section. And the second includes the product to which Nayas does from strong attachment are the products that the manufacturer rewards consumers for recycling or that can be recycled and used again, also at a flea market. Let's concentrate on flea market. In general, it's an underground economy that has been increasingly popular in recent years as a result of issues such as environmental concern and quality demands. Besides that, we are witnessing the rise of sharing economy, which firms like Airbnb, Omni, and this business model, people rent what they need rather than buying it. However, the sharing economy is popular not just because of its simplicity of use, but also because of a shift in attitude toward ownership.